Hey, what's happening, world? I am your man, Ray Sr., and this is In Case You Missed It. All right, man. So, in hip hop news, you got your boy Gucci Mane just dropped an album called Ice Daddy. All right. So, uh, I know most of us out there are familiar with Gucci Mane and Amigos. Well, Gucci Mane is cool with the Quality Control Camp. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if they really planned, you know what I'm saying, to hit us upside the head with Amigos one week and then the following week hit them up with Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, it is what it is, and I'm sure it's working. But then not only that, man, the Quality Control Camp also drops an album from a guy named Metro Mars. All right. The name of his album is called Popular Loner. Uh, Cat ain't nothing but 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So don't go hating on him. It's some fun type music for the youngins. You know what I mean? So let them do their thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? All right, but that's not the biggest news, man. The biggest news is Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy out there. Uh, in some interview, I guess he said Beyonce couldn't sing and Jay-Z uh, ain't a goat when it comes to rapping. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, uh, I like Beyonce, I like Jay-Z for what they do. Now, in my opinion, Beyonce is a great performer. You know what I'm saying? I won't say that she's the best singer that ever lived or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But she's definitely a good total package, you know what I mean? And that's hard to beat, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of pure singers out there who are fantastic, phenomenal singers, but they ain't got the total package, you know what I mean? And people ain't paying money and buying their albums because of that, you know what I'm saying? And then Jay-Z, it is what it is, man. He's pretty good. Like I said, I grew up in the Pac and Big days. And so those were the two top dogs. In Pac's songs, he was roasting Jay-Z. Some people say after Big died, I think Nas was saying it in his rhymes that, you know, uh, he was stealing Big's lines and Big's rhymes and shit like that. So I never thought Jay-Z was, gonna go down in history as one of the greatest rappers. One of the greatest businessmen in hip hop, I think so, man. You know what I'm saying? I got all the respect for him when it comes for that because my man be making moves. All right, so that's my 2 cents, man. Go check out the whole Trick Daddy beef though. All right, man. And then in R&B music, we've got her. She just dropped an album called "Back of My Mind." All right. Now she's giving you what you expect. You know what I'm saying? And by that I mean future classics and just something to vibe out to. You know what I mean? The only complaint I have on it would be that it's a little bit too long. You know what I'm saying? She should have saved some of that for like album number 3 or, a soundtrack or something like that. All right, man. And in movies and TV shows, y'all need to check out Dave on Hulu. All right. Shit's funny as hell, man. They just dropped the season 2. Dave is actually a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think he was a comedian first and then like a rapper or something like that. But he goes by his stage name is Lil Dicky as a rapper. You know what I mean? Now, he's kind of corny. He's kind of a joke rapper or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of being funny. But there's no doubt, you know what I'm saying? It's undisputed. You know what I'm saying? The dude's got major bars and lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So he could definitely do his thing, man. But y'all check out the show, man, because it's crazy funny, man. All right, in sports, you got Shakari Richardson. All right, now I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, but she's probably the lady you've been seeing on these videos on your timeline, breaking records and all this. I think she was running for the Olympic trials and then had some crazy fast time. You know what I mean? I think she's only like 21, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But she's killing it right now. So y'all Google her and check out her little story, man. I think she's got a whole little story behind her, behind her running. So check it out, man. All right, y'all. And up next, we've got an interview with wordsmith and battle rap extraordinaire, Sozee. All right, y'all. In case you missed it, I'm here with my man Sozee, aka Zach Guffey, aka Z Nasty, baby. What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you again. It's been a minute, since we had worked on the movie, long time ago. But man, it's good to get in touch again.
Well, I appreciate you being here, man, taking time out of your day, man. Um, Real quick, so I know you as Zach, like you
Yeah,
said, through the movie. You know what I'm saying? You played my son in the film The Bag Lady,
yeah.
so that was dope, man. You wrecked that. Um, how did you come up with the name Soze? It's Soze, right?
Those are, yeah. So like, Uh, you know, years later from when we had done the movie and everything, I'd always been a fan of like battle rap and such, and I was starting to battle again, and so I needed, a name to do for battles, and it was just like I just kind of the first thing like that came to my mind was Sozee. That's always been like my favorite movie villain, my favorite like character, you know what I mean? Just the thing I always liked most about the character was it's really his words and words said about him that was so intimidating. Like Kaiser Soze wasn't an intimidating person, but it was the way he was able to talk and the way he was able to build that fear around and about him that made him what he was. So I just thought it was fitting for like for battling that I went with Soze.
Well, so real quick, I'm probably gonna make myself look like a clown, man, because sometimes I'm behind on some of them. It sounds like a gangster film or something. What film is that guy from, man?
The Usual Suspects.
Uh,
Uh, yes, The Usual Suspects. It was like an old '90s movie about these people they get caught up in this crime and they're telling their story and how to get out of it, and it's just a good movie, man. One of the better movie twists of all time.
okay, well, shit, we need to check that out then. Usual
De-
Suspects, y'all.
Definitely.
So tell us about yourself, man. Where you're from?
From Austin, went to high school in Austin, trying to bring more light to Austin because there's a lot of creative individuals out here. It's a lot of artists out here, and I don't think Austin's as big as it can be on that side of the fence, on that side of things.
So let's just jump right in, man, with the whole battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm intrigued by it. You know what I mean? That shit's kind of scary on the cool as a rapper to me, anyway. You feel me? Like them boys be trying to eat your lunch, man, and you safe in the studio. You know what I'm saying? You could fuck up, do another take. You know what I mean? So
That's
how does
and
all of
that's
that go?
that's kind of the craziest thing about it is because like yeah, like you said, you're safe in the studio. When you make music, you get multiple takes, you get to think things through, you get to work on little things. And like as a battler, all we're given is, an opponent beforehand, some time to prepare. Um, and then you get essentially like 3 rounds, 3 minutes of just empty space. You know what I mean? There's no beats. It's not like 8 Mile or Wild and Out, or anything like that, where it's the beat kind of like it was a long time ago. You get 3 minutes, from anywhere from a minute and a half, 3 minutes around of just everybody's in there listening to you, and you just gotta win the battle however you can, man. People do it in different ways.
That's crazy, man. So if you're, let's say you're a young and up and coming artist, man, and you know nothing about this scene. So, for example, I know nothing about that world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How would one get involved in that? And like, what I would do is probably just start going to the shows and start watching and seeing how it is.
Mhm.
But for people that probably may not make it out unless you sell it to them. You know what I mean? Like, how does
Yeah.
it go?
Yeah. So like, I mean, when you first think about battle rap and you start getting into battle rap, you're gonna see like the bigger leagues, like the URLs. That's got like Charlie Clips, Hitman Holla, Loaded Lux, Murder Mook. Some of the people that are wild and out now came from bigger battle rap leagues like URL or KOTD, which is based in Toronto. Um, but you'll probably see those, and then like you know, for anybody that's in Austin that's interested, the culture is the league that we've got going in Austin. Started by a guy that's also from Austin named Gutta, who has been on URL. He's done those things, and he's coming back, and he's really built a super dope platform for not just people in Austin or Texas, but all of the South. It's to have a battle rap platform to try to get to those places.
So, so I guess leagues. So I'm like thinking football league or basketball league. Is
Yeah,
that what it is?
yeah, and it's not too far off. It's almost more like it's probably more akin to like boxing or wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
how you've got like different promotions. You know what I mean? Like you've got your different leagues in a sense of WWF or AEW or WWE. These different brands that put on battles and put on events.
Mm-hmm.
We have cards just like boxing where you got your main event battle and you got your undercard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they kind of all go down on one event, and then you wait for the next, big event. Like we even have a we even have a pay-per-view where we live stream all the events. So if you can't make it out, the culture.tv, we have a website where you could go to and actually buy the pay-per-view and watch the event in live, like live as it's happening.
Okay, that's dope, man. I didn't know all that, man. So for these young rappers out here that think they want to battle, they may change their mind after their first battle. You know what I'm saying? How do they get
It's
involved with that?
it's different, man. Like honestly, really, like you could even hit me up. Anybody that battles on the culture, like we're all kind of we're a tight knit group. Like we all talk to each other. We all know each other. Like so, you could hit really anybody up. That's rapping on the culture. Go to their Facebook profiles. Look them up on Instagram or something like that. Send them a DM. Let them know, and we can get you pointed in the right direction. But yeah, like you were saying, it's a different world, man. It requires a different level of performance and just thought process. Like the way I would write a verse for a song is completely different than how you approach writing for a battle.
Yeah. Um, so when they approach these, if someone hits you up or whatever, hits up some of these other guys and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I want to be a battle rapper," like, do these fools? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, if a rapper hits up another rapper who's doing bigger things than them, let's say
Yeah.
somebody's big on the scene, and some underground, some guy coming
Yeah.
up hits them up, is like, "Hey, man, what's up?" They just kind of just shake them off. You know what I mean? Like, are these guys more open, or?
And like and for the bigger leagues, that's definitely the case. Like you can't just message Smack that runs URL and say I want to battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like give me a shot. You know what I mean? There's like a whole kind of world that exists on the lower tiers throughout the whole country that you got to kind of work through these systems work through. But some of these little smaller leagues throughout Southern battle rap, man, like they're always looking for new artists and new talent. So for the most part, like on these smaller leagues, if you ask for a shot, you're gonna get a shot, and then depending on how you do from there, if you don't choke, you're not trash. Like if you're fire, like any smaller league is gonna want to bring you back and push you if you've got something that you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
And for our league in Austin, we have those levels established. Like we have events that are tryout events. Like our event coming up July 25th. It's called Rookies versus Vets. It's some of the people that um, had gone through kind of our tryout events, battling some of the people that have been around the platform a little longer. Um, so it's going to be dope. It's all in-house matchups. Normally we have like people battling bigger names from higher tiers of leagues and stuff, but this is all in-house.
Dope, man. So, uh, when these fools are writing their rhymes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, are y'all coming prepared with rhymes already ready, or are y'all like old school freestyling?
100%, man. It's funny, like if you go back and look at some old URL battles, you'll see kind of like when the freestyle era really shifted, and like it's all written now. Like everything's written now. People will still freestyle in like pockets, like they'll do rebuttals, right? So like I'll have my round memorized to the point where I know it like the back of my hand. Because I have to, because I can't choke or mess up, you know what I'm saying, or I lose rounds. You know what I'm saying, that looks terrible. You know how it is as a rapper. Um, but yeah, but like let's say somebody says something, or he's dressed crazy, or there's something I can pick off of to try to steal a couple of like reactions and like steal a couple points early. Um, I might think of something while he's rapping and throw that in at the beginning. And if something crazy happens in the room, like I remember there was a battle on URL where a dude like passed out in the crowd or something, and right after they like figured it out, dude comes out with a bar about it, and the place and just shakes the building. So
Right.
people kind of on the fly like that in pockets, but for the most part, all written.
Yeah. It's funny because people hit me up and be like, "Hey, Ray, you see this freestyle or whatever," and I'll
Yeah,
go check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that ain't no damn freestyle, fool. That's a
in fact,
written rhyme. But
all those all those like bars over odd 95, like the sway ones, they're all writing those. They get the beats weeks before and they're writing them.
Oh yeah, I bet they do get the beats. I didn't think about that. I thought maybe the radio station was like, "Hey, this beat's real easy to flow on." You know what I'm saying? Like mid tempo, pretty slow, whatever. Uh, But yeah, I guess that makes sense, man. You don't want to make J. Cole or somebody look like a clown on the radio. You know what I mean?
So they, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. They probably do send the beat out a couple weeks before, a week before, and be like, "Hey, man, this is we're gonna hit you with this when we do the freestyle." You know what I'm saying? Give us what you got.
Yeah, I remember they was clowning Lil Uzi Vert on Hot 97, I think. I bet now that I think about it, I bet they said like, "Hey, we gonna give you these beats to flow on," and then he hit him with like an old school '90s boom bap thing, and the dude Lil Uzi was like, "Man, I'm not rapping on that old shit or whatever," you know.
Which is funny because Lil Uzi Vert used to like rap like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a rapper out in Philadelphia, and before he started doing the like auto tune and the singing and the like the style he has now, he was trying to rap like any other lyricist or do it over boom bap beats and
Mm-hmm.
East Coast sound and stuff. So it's funny.
All right, man. So tell everybody how you got into music. Like, how did you get started? Do you have like a family member that's big into music, or were you just, picked up on it yourself?
Yeah, my dad was a drummer.
Mm.
Um and used to play in like in bands, back in the day, when it was like the hair band era.
Mm.
Um and I remember being a kid, him and my godfather would be making music. My godfather is actually a gospel rapper.
Mm.
Um and he kind of been making music, and I think just that kind of whole family's had a love for music, and I think all those things just kind of got together where like I just gravitated towards rapping early. I was um from like the first couple like albums I remember hearing, and I just ever since then it was just like I want to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to
You,
be able to do that.
when I first met you was because of the film. Uh, you killed that. You know what I'm saying? So then we were like, you start. I don't know how it came up that you rap or whatever, and I'm like, cool. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I'll check you out. We were with a group of friends, other rappers and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, this dude knows what he's talking about, man. So then got you in the studio, and
I
man,
remember that.
you blew me away, dog. I was like, what? Like, yo. And then what's so funny is that once I recorded you and got you on that track, I was trying to find an artist that would work well with you, that could keep up
Yeah,
with you on the track. You know what I'm saying? And so I hit up this dude named Franchise or whatever, and he jumped on the track. He's kind of a, one of the more seasoned rappers. He got some skills and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that that's like one of the dudes that I can use that can kind of keep up. So that's crazy, man. You got any plans to release any recorded music, albums, or anything?
Um, yeah, yes. Like I've actually kind of started just recently, getting back into that side of things. I mean, when I started doing the battles, man, like I really hit the ground running with them. So like over the past 3 years of me doing that, like that's taken up so much attention and so much time. Like you think about 3 rounds, 3 minutes, that's about 9 minutes of condensed material.
Mm-hmm.
A battle, and you're doing like a battle every month, every other month, every couple months. Like it's and you got your job life on top of that. It's hard to find time to really make music, but um I've been trying to kind of get in that time, and it's allowed me to kind of make music better, I think, or approach it differently because I'm not as worried about scratching all the lyrical itches.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I get that in battles, right? Like I get to do all the double entendres and super technical stuff. Then when I'm making music now, I found myself more just kind of going with what the beat is and like the energy I'm getting from the beat, and not trying to do too much. So like me and a friend have like a collab album coming out here in probably later this year.
Nice, man. So I'm gonna be looking for that, man. Make sure you kill it, dog.
Definitely will, man. I'm gonna do my best.
All right, so like with your flow, man, like how would we categorize what you do? Like, what's your subgenre? Is it more like boom bap, trap, or what?
Uh, Music wise, yeah, it's gonna be somewhere between like an Isaiah Rashad kind of
Mm.
vibe for like the newer side of beats, mixed with like a a boom bap type of more patterned and syllabic feel. I try to combine those two elements because on the battle side, it's definitely technical. You have all types of different cadences and things you do throughout the battle to keep it entertaining and to set certain punches up certain ways, so that they land a certain way.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I guess I'm expecting a lot of wordplay from what you just described. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, yeah, it's if you check out some of the guys on the culture, like I'm probably in the battle world, I'm more of what they would call a puncher. You know what I mean? Like it's more punchline, punchline, punchline. But we've got some people that are anglers where it's they really break their opponent down, and we got some real lyricists that just put big multisyllabic words together in ways that just make sense and sound pleasant. Like we
mm,
got we got all different types of styles, and it's cool seeing how those styles combine when you put them in a competitive atmosphere like that. You got a puncher going up against uh, a bully or an angler, and seeing how those two type of styles play off of each other.
you know, there was years ago, BET was doing like these battle rap kind of things, right?
So,
And
yeah,
there was a guy from San Antonio, and I think he was a good battle rapper, and then he made it on the show, and but man, he went up against this dude from Philly, and man, he just that dude from Philly ate his lunch, dog. The other dude looked physically scared of this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like,
Philly
wow.
are battle meccas. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's their whole shit's built around that. You know what I mean? Even the music, the verses, like so it's completely it's not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
In a battle atmosphere, it can get tough. It can get tough. But the South, honestly, nowadays, man, in the battle rap world on the biggest stage, man, like the West Coast is huge right now. A lot of stars coming out of the West, and I think the South is next, man. Like seeing some of the guys that are starting to get towards URL in the South, like it's there's a lot of talent and a lot of diversity in the South style wise
Okay.
that I don't think you get in some of the other regions. A lot of everybody on the East Coast that battles, for the most part, a lot of them sound the same. In the
Mm-hmm.
South, there's just so many different characters and people that are just completely different from each other.
Yeah, so I guess URL is the biggest promotion company or league, as you call it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They actually just had an event on Saturday
Mm-hmm.
where Drake was sponsoring like the prize money for the end of this tournament, and the championship of that tournament was on this card. And winner got 150K.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Drake was on stage for it, so that was actually pretty big for battle rap culture as a whole to have him there. But yeah, URL is like the NBA that you want to get to, and we're hoping to make the culture in Austin just that big, and the next 5-10 years, like give us some time, and I fully see us being able to try and get to that level as a league in general, not just the people on it.
So, is that how people make money? Is it prize money? Are there any endorsement deals or anything like that going on yet?
It's not a lot of money in battle rap as it is,
Mm-hmm.
but really as a battler, the money is in getting when you get to a certain height in your career, you'll start getting paid to battle on some of these smaller leagues so that you can bring some attention and notoriety to their league. Like if a smaller league brings down a DNA or a Charlie Clips or the Saga or Shotgun Shug or Arsenal or any of these guys, those events are gonna you know hopefully reach more people because those are more recognizable names. Those are people that draw crowds, people that people will want to see because they've been on those bigger platforms. So that's what money there is in battle rap is probably right in that area, in the getting to a certain point and then getting booked on the bigger leagues and getting paid for that, and getting booked on the smaller leagues and getting paid for that. The prize money, the tournaments are a new thing. Like normally it's like it's not even judged. There is no scorecard. That's what makes it such a crazy thing. There's no scorecard. There's usually no judges. It's just the battle and then how the people's opinions on it.
Yeah, man. I'm intrigued, dog. Like, I'm gonna try to come on out and check y'all out, man.
Yeah.
When is
Uh
that show? You
are,
said there. Go ahead.
yeah. Next event's July 25th, man. You know, if you can, pop out. You know, they usually last all day. Um, Hit me up and you know what I'm saying, uh, get you the details on the event and everything. But yeah, it's you know, I found a lot. We've got a lot of like people that rap in the city that come to the events, and they love it, man. They love it. It's competitive. It's they seem to really enjoy it because you know they make music and they're always like, man, I can't do that.
Mm,
Like I'd hit somebody or you know what I mean. Like you know I couldn't memorize that much material and get it
for
off like
real.
that.
So where are you guys having this event? Do you know yet?
Uh, I don't um I don't know exactly where it is yet. We'll know soon. But we've got a couple of venues that we've been to recently that are like you know, one's not too far off of 6th Street, one's we usually be at the Victory Grill on I think it's East 11th.
Hmm.
Um, you know, we've done a bunch of events there. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll keep a lookout for it, man. I'll definitely hit you up. All right, so out of all the events you've done so far, which one is your favorite or like the most memorable?
There's like a couple that are memorable for different reasons. Um, there was one where I got to battle in LA on a card that featured some really big names like Disaster, Geechee Gotti, Danny Myers was there, and it was you know I flew out to LA for it. Got to battle in LA on you know in a different territory.
Hmm.
Same thing with a battle in Seattle that I did. So a couple of those where I've traveled have been dope for just battling in other regions that appreciate different styles and react to different things. But from a battle rap perspective, my favorite event's probably been the first event I did for the culture in Austin. I had been back in Austin, battled in San Antonio a couple of times, and I heard this league was starting to really build in Austin, and I was like, I want to battle on that league. So I tried to get on the league. Finally, I got like a tryout. I got a shot for the shot on it, and it's Sozee versus ATM on YouTube. It's like an hour. It's like an hour long because the guy I was battling against ATM, who's a good dude, really cool guy, great battler, and myself. We were just both like at each round. It was just like I'd go crazy, shake the building. He'd come right back. Like I'm not dying that easy. And then I'd come right back and be like, nah, you're dead. And then he'd come right back and be like, nah, it's not gonna be that easy. And we just had the room shaking for an hour, man. And to keep people's attention that long and have something that long that you know that's I think we're sitting at close to 4K views on YouTube, which isn't a lot, but in battle rap, it's for our level, it's good. Um, at an hour long and have people that enjoyed it and to this day say, man, that's one of my favorite battles on the culture. That's my favorite one for from that aspect for sure.
Where can people go to find, watch some of these videos of you out there?
YouTube, the channel for the on YouTube is Villain Life Media Group.
Hmm.
Um, or you could just search the culture or Sozee space VS like verses. And they'll pop up. YouTube will do a good job in putting them in front of you. And then anything on social media is the with an A underscore culture with a K underscore ATX for like all the Instagram and socials. And I know that so well just from hosting some of the battles. I happen to say it.
Yeah,
That sounded like pre-planned. It's because I that's how I had to remember it to be able to say it when I was whenever I host the battles.
man, you're supposed to, man. So you guys are battling on stage against each other.
Yeah.
You said it was all love earlier. Is there any like real beef off outside
Oh
of
yeah.
the?
Yeah. It's funny because it's like there's definitely matches you'll have where it's business. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like that's my you know leading up to the battle you'll never display that energy because you know like I said it's wrestling like you gotta sell the fight just like they do in boxing or UFC. You gotta sell the fight, but at the end of the day, we all do the same thing, man. So it's a lot of camaraderie and mutual respect, and you know, I'm homies with a bunch of people that I have battled. On the flip side, it can definitely it's definitely been situations where two people clearly do not like each other at all,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not changing. That's the way it is. It's tense before the battle. It's tense during the battle, and then they still don't like each other after. So that exists as well, 100%.
Well, you selling the shit because I'm about to go check it out, man, and see what's up.
Hell yeah, man. Just off the top, man, for anybody watching, some of the ones I like to point people to see, man, are, um, of course, I'm gonna say mine, right? You can if you want. Sozee versus Young Grizz just came out, but I really like Mister versus OD was one we had that was incredible. MYSTR versus it might be OD, like just the letters, or Odanga, and then Emperor T versus Khalifa. JDK's got a couple of good ones, man. Like we got great battles on the channel. You can just kind of get lost in there and see all types of good ones. Some people that weren't so great, some people that choke sometimes, some battles that are just dope either way. But yeah.
Cool, man. Um, all right, so other than the shows, what's next for you? You said you got an album coming. You doing any movies or anything? Or
And nah, I haven't really like thought about that stuff in a while, man. Like I said, just trying to really just been, when I was a kid, I loved battle rap. So when I really started to find a way to do that here, that just took up all my attention, and it still does. Um, there's still the music itch that's there, but the wanting to do the movie itch hasn't been there in a while. Actually, I'm more trying to like I've got some short films that I've wanted to write, and then just put those ideas and those scripts in the hands of people that do the rest. I'm on that side of things. I kind of realize I like being more of the idea guy, or getting the ideas for movies, scenes written, stuff like that, and being on the behind the scenes, the back end side.
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the show and the album when you get it finished, man.
For
Real
sure.
quick, uh, give everyone your IG handle, but slow it down. You said you're so used to spit that you just kind of rambled it
Oh
out, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for the culture, it's the with an A underscore culture with a K underscore ATX. For mine, it's just three underscores Sozee Sozee. Um, and but yeah, if you a couple underscores and then you start typing in Sozee, and I've on whenever I give it to people, it seems that it pops up on Instagram. But yeah, three underscores and then my name.
Bet, man. Everybody, Sozee, July 25th, man. The location is to be determined. I will
Yep.
let you guys know, man. Definitely go out there and check him out. I appreciate you coming out, man, again and sharing your virtual space with us back there, man.
Sure, man, I appreciate it, man. I love what you got going on here, man. It's been awesome.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good one, though.
Yeah, man, you too.